Welcome to Penthouse Talk, where we're moving our culture forward while embracing and encouraging others to do the same. I'm here with one of my homies, longtime friends. Now I can say that, you know what I mean?
Facts.
VIP Gutter, y'all know him.
VIP
Yes, sir.
in
Cheers.
the building.
And we here with this episode called It's Mine. And we've been trying to work it out. It's crazy. We both been working on our albums at the same time, trying to put stuff together and just stay busy, stay working, stay hard, hungry and humble. And I'm glad we got VI here on the show today. Welcome.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad to be here, man. Like we were talking about doing this, and I'm glad I was able to make it out,
Yeah.
so we can get into this today.
Yeah, we back with a new episode. You know what I'm saying? We on season 3 right now. I've been doing 4 episodes, and then we moved to a new season because it's like I kind of do them as I feel, so it's like a vibe with the way I do the podcast nowadays. You know?
Right.
So we call this episode "It's Mine" because I feel like it's my season. Like not just for me. Like I want everybody that's listening. Like I feel like it might be VI season. It might be your season. Who listening? You know what I'm saying? Even. Shout out to CZ. Like it could be her season for real, man. Like
What's up, guys?
we be trying to predict like the future, you know. I feel real comfortable sometimes because I feel like I be manifesting a lot of stuff, so I gotta keep telling myself. People say to me all the time, like, yo, how you stay from falling off, not falling off as far as like with music, or falling off just as a person. Like falling off, I just always feel motivated by something. So
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even my darkest days, my worst times, I always feel motivated. So that's why we calling this episode "It's Mine." So this episode not even really about me. I just had my episode. So Lost Chapters was about me. So we here today to pick VI brain and basically, let the people know what you just released on August the 6th.
Yeah, August the 6th.
August the 6th.
Last Friday. You never know when it's coming out, but it was August the 6th. I released my 10th anniversary album of me being VIP Gutter.
10 times over, baby.
Which being the first one I re-released in May. That's self-titled VIP Gutter. That came out 2011.
Okay.
So 10 years later, I'm still getting it. I'm still inspired. I'm still making that good music.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to share with my fans, my loyal fan base, and the world, a new project titled 10 Times Over. Because, I've been doing it over and over again.
Every time.
10 times. You know what I mean?
I ain't really realize it, man. And if y'all from home, I'm had to crop this out, y'all, because you know they don't make shorts that really come to your knees. They barely come to your knees, so don't be looking at my kneecaps. I might not put no lotion on it. But in the meantime, nah, man, it's crazy because we've been working together, I want to say, since about 2010, 2011. I want to say since Conspiracy, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was probably right before the VIP Gutter album.
Yeah.
We was working together.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize he did 10 albums in that period of time, which is funny. Like, if you was signed...
It's actually more than 10.
It's more than 10. You're right.
Yeah, it's more than 10. But it's just 10 years of me being...
VIP.
Going by the name VIP Gutter. Those who don't know, I was once going by the name of J Child,
First.
AKA Gutter, when I was with Unruly.
Okay, and that's the album that you made, but the album didn't come out in stores, right?
Right. I made the Premeditated was the album.
Premeditated was the first album. So do you still have that album?
I do. I still have Premeditated. I lost a lot of the files due to my it was a flood in the basement and
You was on some RZA shit.
You
lost
all of my
joy with that
computer and like my Mac and all of my equipment was in the basement. It was a bad flood. Actually, I lost it twice. I redid that same album 2 times.
I've been there. And I've been there, so I know the feeling of it. You know, honestly, that's how I ended up getting my own little setup.
Right.
Because Derek lost it. It wasn't even his fault. I think we had a power surge. We had a power surge, and we had one of them old school. You know, remember you showed me like the little connection to the hard drive.
Yeah.
So that's a USB. What is it called? It's USB A, C. I think it's USB B.
Okay.
That's the shape of the back part or whatever. Most people don't even use USB.
I found one of them cords though.
You
found one on on
Amazon,
eBay.
eBay, yeah.
Yeah, I found one for the same model, and that shit still works.
Man,
Out of everything I had, that's the only thing.
that still
No,
works.
I'm lying. I had an old G4.
The G4
Mac.
computer, the big one, the old school
the PCU with the big the floor stand joint. My father got that shit, and I thought it ain't working. And I went down the basement, and he had that shit hooked up.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to my guys who use the Mac. You know what I'm saying? Brainstream Media. My guy TJ, he was using the G4. I think he edited like our class reunion joint on one.
Okay.
It might have been a newer version because it probably was like the same one that you had.
Right.
But it was like his baby, so he didn't really want to get rid of it. He could have used his MacBook or a different type of computer, but he used it and he got through it. He was powering through it. And I know Zeke had one too at the studio before the studio situation changed up with whatever he decided to do with that. But yeah, man, the G4 got everybody straight. You know, so
I had two of them joints, two used ones. One of them, like I said, got caught in the flood. That was dead, and the other one I thought was broke.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't used it for years, and then my
Came
father
back.
powered it up.
And it worked.
He's still using them, so like I'm so far removed from that, so I just let him keep it.
Man, so this for all those folks that's always asking us why we prefer Mac over Windows, man. I remember I tried to turn a Windows computer on like about a year ago, and I ain't turned that shit on since like 2016. That joint didn't even power up. Like I probably had left it charging for a day. The battery was done. But with these Macs and stuff, like I got like a Mac you gave me, and that joint power up. It got the little question mark that come up.
Yeah.
But that just mean that the hard drive loose, or we need to just take the old you know what I'm saying, the motherboard. And fix some stuff on the motherboard, and it'll probably be up and running again. But that's my feeling towards it. It's not to say Macs is superior than Windows and all of that, but for what we do,
no, it's the best thing for anybody that's like doing graphic design and videography, Photoshop, all of that, recording. It's the best, man. It's easy to work with. You know what I mean? And you can get the most out of that, I think, more so than like a Windows. But it's people that use Windows computers and they nice with that shit too. So
yeah,
it's all about what you good with, what you comfortable with using.
Exactly, man. That's why I was like, it was so hard for me to come up with a title. Like I literally didn't come up with the title till you walked in. Because that's why I say with this episode, sometimes like the resources and the tools you have make it so that, yo, this is yours. Like this your world. You live in it. You know what I'm saying? You can't hoard what you got, the information you got, and if you do, the universe not gonna bless you with what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? So like even with the way that things working out, right? Like our albums came out the same day. And so I did my podcast with Norman or whatever and Fame. I did with Ransom. I did so with Norman and Ransom. I did the podcast with them, and they basically asked me like, "Yo, y'all dropping the same day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we good." And they like, "Oh damn," because like in the industry niggas be beefing. Like, I remember one time Gucci and Yo Gotti dropped the same day, and it was kind of like, but they not homeboys. Like, so what the fuck? Like,
so where's the beef?
Like, it ain't no beef. And then at the end of the day, like, you got your people that's gonna rock with you, and I got my people, and then we got fans, not fans, but people that like our
the more the
together.
merrier. Like so, if you drop and I drop the same day, you got your core fans, I got my core fans, we got fans that we share together.
Yeah, we share together. Yeah,
that's more for them. Like,
but let the people.
New Music Friday, they got a whole day full of music to listen to.
Yeah, and let the people choose, because I mean, some of my folks been listening to you on my project, so they gonna go check you out.
Right.
And you probably got people
and
that might want to check me out. And we might got people that may not like us individually at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for whatever reason or why, but I'm just saying, like, people have the choice to choose, and that's the best shit about dropping on Fridays now. Like, is no excuse. You should have some kind of money, because all right, this Friday you ain't get paid. But your ass definitely getting paid the following Friday, or you got paid the week before. Like when we was young, if an album came out, we was saving our $15 or whatever it was, and we gonna wait for that date to come. Because I'm keeping in my mind.
Albums was coming out on Tuesdays, wasn't it?
Albums was coming out on Tuesdays, definitely, and then because albums was getting sent to the stores, so delivery day for albums, and I only know really. I mean, I know it because I was into music and I've been in music for so long, but I used to work at Kmart sometimes. So on the holidays, I was always there when they stocked the country music. So when country music hit, yo, Kmart was shut down. Like people was buying like 10 albums of Travis Tritt or whatever, whoever it was. I can't even think of the dude that had the song with Nelly, but when his song and Nelly's song came
you
out,
know some country artists,
bruh, yeah, they had. It's like, I mean, I don't know
Kenny
a lot.
Chesney.
Kenny Chesney. Oh yeah, yo, he might not be country. He might be some on like another one, but he might be. I don't know.
Nah, I think he country.
What did that? Yo, it's crazy. What is the dude name? It's gonna bother me now. So anybody watching this podcast, yo, email us at Penthouse Talk or hit us up on our social media. Tim McGraw, that's your
Tim
name.
McGraw. Oh yeah.
So I was working at Kmart, and it was
Wasn't Golf Brooks country too?
Golf Brooks was definitely country,
Ooh.
yes sir. So we know more country music. We relate to it because in rap music we do the same thing that they do, and actually their songs be more struggling than ours.
Yeah.
Even with their R&B, R&B songs that we have in black hip hop, you know what I'm saying, in our culture, or more geared towards what country singers sing about. But I think country singers is always in love. It's always tragedy and stuff happening in their songs.
Right.
Because you gotta think everything that they singing about, country music pretty much, I think it derived, and don't quote me on this, but I think Tennessee is the home of country music.
Fact.
We only 6 hours away.
Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville is the home of country music. So we literally 6 hours away. So what make you think people from Maryland don't like country music? You know what I'm saying? A certain cultures from Maryland would like country music. And hip hop pull from country music all the time. We just don't even really realize it. And they pull from us because now they do more what we do as far as melodies and the way songs is driven. So that brings me to where we at now. So where we at now in music, I was working on another song today because of the delay in my album, and I thought about how your single ain't dropped when it was supposed to.
Yeah, it still ain't dropped. But so the way things work now, and it's probably just the distribution service that we choose to use.
Right. We be loyal to them. Try to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I done put out over the last 10 years. I probably been put out 15 projects
through the same service.
Through them.
Yeah,
so like when shit don't go your way, you know what I mean? You feel the way. You feel slighted. Like you feel like all the money you didn't
invested that time into it too, man.
You are like, we verify artists.
Right.
On Tidal, on
Apple Music
and Spotify. So like
Spotify too, yeah.
You feel like you shouldn't have to go through that. Like Kanye can drop his album right now.
Yeah, and nobody gonna stop. Like,
yeah,
not gonna tell him no. Like he's
you know what I'm saying. And I know he's on a whole nother platform.
Right.
But if you're a verified artist, you're a verified artist. We got catalogs, so
we verified.
We should be able to drop. We should be able to do that. We should be able to work up until the day
and be able
the hour that you want to drop your shit.
That's true.
And then drop it, upload it and drop it. Why is it a delay? Why do I have to upload all of my work 2 weeks, a week before I want it to come out?
Yeah,
and then I got to deal with emails coming back.
It's
nitpicking about little things.
That's the part that.
Why you didn't put the parentheses around it? Like little shit like that. Like Kanye don't gotta worry about that. Jay-Z don't gotta worry about that. Like other artists don't gotta worry about that. I feel like we shouldn't have to worry about that as the artist.
As the artist,
we do everything.
I believe that people don't understand from their end, the listener, and I appreciate it because I had a lot of people hitting me up this week like, "Yo, your album ain't showing Apple Music and it ain't showing in Tidal," and I'm like, "Damn, yo, the majority of my folks really bang with that."
Yeah,
and
that fucks up your momentum.
Yeah,
and if it stops your
it
stops the snowball from rolling. Like you can't really pick up that momentum because most of your fans go to a specific site or a streaming service to listen to your music, and it's not there.
So this was like a humbling experience for me this time. I mean, I had it happen to me with 7 Summers too, because I held 7 Summers for a whole summer.
Right.
And then when I dropped, it was like I wanted to drop when I wanted to drop, and I didn't want it to conflict with certain things. Like I'm not gonna put my album out when it's like somebody, like it's different. If you ain't dropping an album, I'm not gonna put my album out on your birthday, unless me and you was like, you know, it was like I was like, yo, I'm about to drop my album. I'm gonna put it on your birthday. Cause my thing is, all right, you getting all your birthday love, and then I'm sitting here posting everything about my album. So
right, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Yeah,
and at the time when Seven Summers came out, it was 2 people I knew birthdays at the same fucking time. So I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna put my album out. I'll put it out Saturday.
Right.
But of course, when I did it that way, my album didn't drop till Monday, which lost me. And then same thing with this situation. I wanted us to come out on the same day. So then that meant if somebody listened to your album on Friday, they could listen to mine on Saturday, or vice versa. They listen to my album on Friday, they could listen to yours. But then I felt slighted because it was like that experience to listen to my album on the platform you like I couldn't do shit about it. Because you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't really feel but so bad because I knew Spotify was going to work. Because Dark got a big fan base on Spotify.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For whatever it is that he does. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad that it didn't play. I just was mad that it didn't play on the date. Like y'all could have.
Yeah, it makes sense because.
Yeah.
It was good for us because we going up against Nas drop.
Yeah, Nas came out that
so
day.
Nas, like Nas drop, you drop, I drop. That's good for hip hop.
This was the first time in history.
Especially if you know us, then it's good for hip hop. We both, like, you know what I mean, look up to Nas. Like, we got a lot of stuff from Nas. You more similar to Nas than I am, but I still embody that same hip hop love. So I didn't even know he was dropping.
But
like,
I text you. So this was the first time we really dropped an album with like a major person. Like sometimes I think we might have hit, but I think a couple times like we would play around and be like, man, fuck it, I'm dropping when Drake dropped too, or I'm coming when Meek dropped.
Because we feel like our music just as good.
Yeah,
we might not.
We don't have a machine behind
have that machine pushing it, and of course the bandwagon is going to take to that. But when the music is just as good, and motherfuckers that know that we make music know we gonna make our album better, just as good, if not better than your favorite artist. You feel what I'm saying? So you getting that. You getting the same feel. We just got, you know what I mean? We got limited resources.
Yeah. But we still we got limited resources when it comes to
this is the analogy. It's like a motherfucker, people will come from 30, 40 minutes out, maybe an hour, to come to a food truck in the hood because the food's so good. You feel what I'm saying? Then they go to Roof Crest.
And that's right here.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They go to Roof Crest and pay $100.
Right.
But you'll go to the hood because you know this food better than Roof Crest or just as good as Roof Crest, and you're going to pay $13 and you're going to get food that you can have for the month. You feel what I'm saying?
So with this podcast, I guess I need to ask you, do you feel that I look at myself as I care more about the a good word to use would be I care about the quality. So do you feel like your catalog, and I'm probably going to agree with what you say, but I'm probably answering a silly question, but this is a question that people might want to know. Do you feel like your catalog gets overlooked, and do you feel like you give quality music each time you put out that project? Meaning, I'm not going to use Nas. I'm going to use somebody else. But I'm like another artist. Let's not use Nas, because even though Nas may not make albums that everybody like all the time, that people embrace, and as a culture, I feel like later in life, Jay-Z kind of jaded Nas for a couple years, and other artists kind of bandwagon to say, oh, Nas albums be kind of blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And some of them were subpar, but there were a lot that were very good too. So Nas have at least 3 or 4 albums that's solid. A lot of niggas don't.
I say 5.
Man. Yeah.
Because like in the latter years, they got better.
They got better. Yeah. Spending more time and maybe just growing up as a person, the albums kind of, and we relate to them different. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I say like with your catalog, like it's good making music with you. I never had a problem making music with you because I always feel like we the contrast. So whereas though sometimes I may come this way, you gonna come the complete opposite, or sometimes when I'm hitting in that pocket where it's supposed to be, then you might follow up exactly the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I feel like your catalog kind of goes from a very like soulful place to like these street songs that's real catchy, but they not corny. They I feel like if I was out, like I feel like when I DJ, sometimes I can throw your songs into that mix. So you know what I'm saying? How you feel about like people overlooking your catalog? And not your core people, but I think it's people out there.
No, like
overlooking that joint.
Like actually, and this not now. I don't feel the way at all because I'm used to it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I became numb to not getting that recognition or not getting that respect.
Not getting it enough, yeah.
I know I'm just as good, if not better, than 75-80% of the
shit
mainstream artists
yeah.
and people that get played on the radio, but I know it's politics. Like, you know the conversation we had, and I get into that later. But to answer your question, a few years ago, and maybe, I mean, yeah, it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I felt as though that people wasn't fucking with me because for some reason they were afraid to fuck with me or afraid that I would take shine, if not necessarily them, somebody they know that they trying to put on or something like that. So they would try to act like it don't exist because they don't want people to catch on to it. Because once people catch on to it, it's gone. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That's all we missing is that extra push.
Yeah, I think
like we don't get no radio spins.
No.
We hardly get played in the club. I mean, you DJ, you play out shit. It's certain DJs that play out shit. We don't gotta ask.
DJs, yeah, certain ones.
But we've been doing everything ourselves.
Yeah.
From recording, the mixing, the mastering, the engineering, to A&R, to getting your own features.
I think one thing you just said was super important. It was like almost like you gotta become numb to it because you'll find yourself put in this place and
yeah, you'll get in a box.
Yeah,
and you don't want to be in that box because it fuck with your creativity.
Yeah, fuck with your psyche, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to that creativity, if you do let this shit bother you and you be saying to yourself sometimes I would sit here and think, I'm like, oh, well, is it the money? Like I got money, you know what I'm saying? I've been taking care of myself since I was like 21, 22 years old.
Right.
I mean, I've been out the house since then, but it ain't even that.
It's not about
It's not even about the money, for real. I can do
money.
damn near anything I want at any given time I want to. It's not that I can't move to Europe or I can't go to Paris when I feel like it, but I take trips.
You provide for your family.
Yeah, you do the same thing.
Damn man, you buy nice things.
Yeah, we buy nice things, and the crazy thing is I never leaned on buying the nice things to make people want to listen to me more. That shit ain't gonna make a nigga listen to me more.
Nah,
I've been not just me. We've been giving jewels, not even just me and you. It's other artists from here too that niggas be just overlooking, like, you know what I'm saying?
But this is a jewel I'm gonna drop though. In this day and time, because of social media and how big of an influence it is.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not. I mean, it's probably been like this since like the latter 2000s.
Yeah.
But it's not about your talent. It's more so about the perception. You can get big chains, 4, 5, 6 chains, big pieces, iced out, APs, Rollies, all of that shit, the big cars.
Yeah.
And now you're a rapper. Like, you don't got
With
it.
no boss.
Exactly.
So you a rap, so you could buy, basically you can buy the lifestyle, right?
You can buy your way in. If you got somebody with money, you can buy your way in. If this nigga look like a rapper, he a rapper.
He a rapper, so
they booking you on shows.
Yep.
You ain't spit no bars. You get a little hook, pay a nigga to get on that who popping.
True.
And on a song with you,
and those folks actually understood the game before we did.
Right.
We understood it as
I ain't knocking the hustle because that's a hustle.
That's a hustle.
It's
a different hustle.
It's a different hustle.
So we didn't understand that part in the beginning because we thought it was all about being independent and doing shit on your own without the help. But then we learned like later on, sometimes you do need help for certain things, but you're not gonna really acquire that stuff unless you spend a little bit of money. And the thing is, you can't see. For me, I think some people spend money to make themselves look like they belong.
Facts.
I belong here without money, or with or without money, I still belong here.
Right.
So I'm gonna wrap circles around these niggas. I'm not trying to be like Eminem and Royce the 5'9" either. Like,
no,
it's not. I'm not like everything that we do, or not even just us. Yo, it's other niggas like. they look at the fucking what is it called? It's called impressions, right? So y'all don't even understand. Sometimes when you look at somebody's page, if you talk about somebody and you don't fuck with them, the more you talk about them, they gonna appear in your timeline.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't ever say you don't like a nigga. So right now, if you stay like they been like I fuck like I always say like Silk the Shocker was one of the worst rappers as far as when it came to certain shit like putting the words together and all of that.
He probably is the worst.
Yeah, he might be.
I don't know who, like back then. And I don't mean to change the subject.
Yeah.
I used to think E40 was whack, but E40 was saying shit.
Yeah.
He was dropping jewels. It was just different.
In his way.
I was ignorant.
So that's
to
what
the Bay
yeah.
style of music.
Right.
So I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But today I know he
was
a legend. You know what I mean?
He was doing something.
But Silk the Shocker was trash.
But that's the thing. I was listening to it today, and I posted it like on my Instagram story, and it was like, name one rapper that ever went off beat and never went back on, but still thought he was back on beat. And I was like, damn, they really like damn, they did my man dirty. But it was songs that he had I would like Ain't My Fault. It would be like songs that he would be featured on, and he would have like a RA verse. And he
I
would
feel
make
like
his
the engineers made that shit. I feel like he probably raps so off beat.
Yeah.
That when he left the studio, them niggas moved his verse
moving,
and put it in the pocket where it needed to be at. That nigga ain't rap that shit like that.
No. I believe it. And then, you know, the other thing, too, like, I feel like rap been changing so much all these years. I was just having a conversation with my homies this morning. I was rapping to Derek and Zeke about this, and I was saying, like, music don't really have no sound no more. Because once Migos came in, everything became about like the beat, the hook. Lyrics kind of come last. You know what I'm saying? When with trap rap, lyrics come last because it's more about the beat and the hook. Lyrics come last, but it's not a bad thing because that means the song already structured, the hook is already there. So all you gotta do, you just if you got a 12-bar rap, you only gotta say something good 3 times in the whole song. The 4th bar on every song, you only gotta say something slick 3 times, and it don't even gotta be a punchline. Right. It could just be some fresh shit, some swag shit, fresh shit, whatever it is. So in that whole song, you only gotta say something slick 6 times.
That's crazy.
In the whole fucking song. So and keep in mind, I'm up to par with the way songs be structured. So y'all niggas raps be like 8 bars or be 12 bars. Then sometimes niggas don't know how to count bars, so y'all should be like 10. And then you gotta talk for 2 more bars to make your shit come around to the hook. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, like, it's not really our fault. Like, what happened was music did get dumbed down, but it's good and to a certain extent because, like, let's say somebody got a song that's like 2 minutes long. That 2 minute long song, you gonna get hella spins off that joint. You know what I'm saying? You can get more spins off a 2 minute song than you can with the.
And you know what? I feel like it's needed though. Like everybody don't need to make the same type of music, even though majority of the mass majority of like the newer rappers and like the music nowadays all kind of sound the same. Yeah. But you still need like the Joey Badasses, the Kendrick Lamars, the you know what I mean, the Drakes. Those like somebody who's going kind of go into their own pocket. Yeah. And make the music that they Dave East. Yeah. Make the type of music that they like to make. Fucking Griselda. Yeah. Like, know what I mean? Make your type of music and stay in your lane. Because you got your fans and all you gotta do is keep making music. When you get that one that's gonna cross over, that's gonna bring everybody back to your shit. And you ain't gotta change nothing about what you've been doing.
It's kind of like what Jay-Z said. It was like an interview I saw, and he asked, like, he said whenever he felt like it was a wave or it was like a trend or something, and he made those songs that was for the wave, he always felt like he hated them songs after he made them joints. And so I remember,
they not timeless.
They not timeless. So he said, he said, that's what you just said, exactly what he said. He said that, are you making this to be here forever, or are you making this shit to be for right now? Right. And I be sitting here thinking, like, whenever I make songs, I do think about that. And I know sometimes it'll get a little trendy or get a little catchy. Yeah, but
it's not nothing wrong with fucking playing around with it.
It's like trying to catch lightning sometimes. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? What's the odds of that shit?
You might get 1 or 2 you fuck around with. Yeah. Just because it's catchy and trendy. Yeah. But that's not your catalog.
That's not the catalog. And
that's not the majority of your album.
And yo, one thing I learned about making this music, like, we gotta remember that our friends ain't always the same as far as like they not gonna always like what we like, and we not gonna always like what they like.
Facts.
So for us to bounce around is cool. Like sometimes I feel like I do want more records that might remind you of like Nas, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I might just hop on this wave where I feel like you might need the Drake shit. Because when I'm in a club, I don't want to hear no fucking boring ass shit either.
No,
but I got records that can go either way. You got records that can go either way. You know, it's so many different types of music, and I feel like we just get so into this box. And I'd be like, well, damn man, like maybe is it because we don't make music and we don't make music? Because people like, what's a Baltimore record? It's no fucking such thing as a Baltimore record. You ever heard Bankrolls in the Club? That shit don't sound nothing like no body shit. But when niggas hear it, they be like, damn, that shit is hard.
Right.
When you hear
niggas steal our shit too.
They do
from other states,
yeah,
and cities. They steal our shit.
Yo, if you listen to Bankrolls and you listen to fucking Kanye, Guess Who's Back? It's the same fucking shit. Like as far as same feel to the beat, you know what I'm saying? It just might be a little slower, but it still got the vibe. Even if you listen to YGGT, I forget what it's called, what the name of the song. I hate when I don't know the name of the song.
Out of Retirement?
Out of Retirement, right? You listen to that record, right? You can play that
shit, by the way.
In any fucking place here in Baltimore. You can play it here. If I played that record in New York, niggas would go crazy because it just sound like it belonged with everything else. You see what I'm saying? If you play that record, it's gonna feel like that. If you play that fucking Money Jake song with TMC the Don on that shit, you play that record. It could be a Dipset record. It could be a Cash Money record. Like it could be a CMG record. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like niggas from here don't try to chase the trend. Niggas be the trend. It's just that
do them.
They do it. Like we do us. You know what I'm saying? So like for us, we be in so many pockets because we sitting here saying I don't want to bore a nigga or I don't want to bore the females either. I definitely don't want to bore females with.
That's my fan.
That's the fan
that's
base.
80% of my fan base.
Because they the ones who fucking buy all the music.
That's 80% of my fan base.
If it ain't my homeboys, a female probably bought the music. It's gonna be my sister bought it, my homegirl bought it, my wife bought it. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody I went to school.
I learned that a long time ago. You make music
right
for the females because
the guys
they the ones that's gonna buy it, and the guys is gonna follow suit. Or back when it was CDs and cassettes, if a female asked the dude or her boyfriend or her husband to get that album, they would pay for it for them.
For them. Yeah.
So you never gonna lose if you catering to the females. You never gonna lose.
All right, so I think this is a good time for us to take a quick pause. I just wanted to...
I got to fill my cup up and see what we drinking.
We're going to let Gutter fill his cup up. Make sure you log on to doitforthelove.com. You know, hit up Gutter's page. You can hit Gutter at VIP Gutter on Instagram, Twitter, and you know what I'm saying? You can Google my man. You know what I'm saying?
Doitforthelove.com. You try and cop that merch.
That's right.
We working over here.
That's what it's about.
You're not going to sit here and tell me that Make It Last Forever with Juju on that shouldn't be getting played in rotation.
Bro, that song...
Or in the club on a regular basis.
That song right there sounds like...
Yo, when everybody say, when they hear that song, they was like... Somebody said to me the other day, she was like, I can't believe that's your song. and I felt the way. I'm like, hold on.
Because you want to know where the fuck the song at.
Why? You said it can't be my song. Because you trying to say I'm whack? Or like, you can't believe I made something that good?
Yeah.
She was like, no. Yeah. It just sound like it's supposed to be on the radio.
So you telling me that, okay, I get it.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what she said. She said, she couldn't believe that is my song because when it comes on, it sound like it's supposed to be on the radio.
So that was, okay, so we back. We back at we back at Penthouse Talk. So in a little, break we just took, we was discussing about like we kind of believe that like sometimes it's hard for people to believe that the music that we make doesn't sound territorial. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It don't sound like it. So what Gutter was basically saying is that somebody couldn't believe his song Make It Last. It sounds like a big record. So
right.
It was kind of unbelievable to that individual that he made the record, but I totally understand. You know why? Because it don't sound like you made it in the basement somewhere.
Facts.
It don't sound, you know what I mean? We don't pick that kind of shit. We don't pick those records that make you feel like
it's,
you ain't
it's not
made.
even just that. We've been doing this.
Yeah.
So we know how a big record's supposed to be crafted and how it's supposed to come out the speakers. You feel what I'm saying?
But people don't understand that we can do, like, maybe they don't understand that the machine is what makes things look glitter between gold. I was having this discussion with Step the other day with James, right?
Right.
So we was talking or whatever. So he live on the West Coast, so he see all the chicks glammed up and glittered up. You know what I'm saying? So
bodies done and all that.
All
shit.
of that, yeah. So like let's say I think Kevin Samuels, I don't know who it was, but they basically said Sweetie was like a number, like a 6. They said she was like a 6 if she wasn't glammed up.
She got a body done.
And maybe I don't know if she got a body done, but if she have
BBLs,
all the like the makeup on. She had the fits, the clothes. She was basic. But I'm like, well, I really can't say that because, I mean, you could take a regular Baltimore chick and sometimes our chicks, they might be hitting on something more than a chick from LA and New York. Like, sometimes we don't be appreciating what we got. Like, not
that's true.
The person, but just the aura that we bring.
But, like, we all get caught up in that perception.
It's a perception thing.
Yeah,
it's a perception thing.
So,
that's what it is.
I say this on one of my songs of 10 Times Over. I say, people only see your highlights.
Mm-hmm.
So Instagram, Facebook, wherever you post, it's going to be the highlights of your life.
Not the crash and burn.
Not the crash and burn. I like that. I like what you just did right there. But
that almost was the title.
Yeah,
that almost was the title of the episode.
They only see the highlights. So what you post is your highlights. What you doing every day, grinding, getting up, and your hair ain't done, your hair ain't cut, your shit fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's real life. You feel what I'm saying? When you got to pay them bills and you know what I mean, you can't go out this week because your money low and you need to keep some money so you can eat.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the real life. But when you out there living your life, you know what I mean? We out on yachts and shit, popping bottles, chest naked. That's a highlight. We living our life. It's not cap, but it's just a highlight.
So I thought about something one time, right? So I remember somebody had posted this thing, and it was like basically everybody always posts their good stuff in their life, but they don't never post their bad thing.
Right.
And I remember one time I got like some shit from like BGE, and my BGE bill was high as fuck. I just was going through it at the time, and I remember they sent me this joint, and they gave me like a credit because they found like they was overcharging me when I was living in an apartment.
So they was taxing you. Was you on budget billing?
Yeah, I was on budget billing. Then somebody turned our power out for like 2 days. So we thinking it was like a storm or something or a power surge. Nah, somebody went in the room and turned our shit off.
And shit.
Yeah, so the maintenance dude was like, man, I can't figure out because he lived next door, but his building was connected.
Right.
So I get this bill but it was like months later, and they was like, we're gonna give you a credit, but we don't know what the credit gonna be. So the credit was like $300-400. But on top of that, I had it adjusted my budget billing as well. So when I got this credit, the credit like $1,200.
Dang.
So I'm sitting there thinking, y'all taxed me for these months, and I really I ain't used no energy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But those 2 days was crucial because we didn't have no kilowatts was billing, you know what I'm saying, for that day. But I was like, you know, if you post some shit like that, then people like try to say like, oh, you think you better than everybody because your BGE bill at 0. Like, people don't like love to try to act like they want to celebrate your struggle with you, but they really don't, yo. People don't want to see your struggle, yo. Because when your struggle turn into some successful shit, people don't want to see that shit. Like, because, I mean, some people do appreciate the struggle, but some people don't want to see the struggle because they know, like, it may not work out for them. The struggle don't work out for everybody the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody not strong enough to deal with the struggle.
Everybody not strong enough, yo. Like, that's why I was like, I'm going to bring you on to the podcast and get you back on here because I know, like, for me, the struggle always is, like, it's not what other people think for me. It's kind of like, I like being different. I like being separated. So sometimes, like, no matter how many friends it feel like I got, sometimes it just don't feel like it just be me. Like, I'm out here in this world trying to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with rap shit, like, we rap almost every day, pretty much. And it might not even be a long conversation. Sometimes it's like, yo, I'm trying to get my life together, yo. I'm trying to figure this shit.
You already know what we've been talking about for like the last 18 months.
Yeah, credit, yo. Credit.
Get your credit right.
Like, I be
Get
trying
your
to
credit
tell
right.
people.
They don't teach that shit in school. You need to learn that shit in school before you go to college.
Before you go to college.
Teach a motherfucker how to build their credit. Because they don't want you to know that secret. You keep your credit right, you get whatever the fuck you want, and you don't need these people for shit.
Yeah,
you can get loans, you can get zero interest, you can get all that shit with no money down. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta get your credit right. I fucked my credit up twice, and I'm still climbing out of the hole.
Yeah,
I'm making it, but I'm climbing out the hole.
Yeah, we trying to get out. We want our shit to be in them 800s, man. We ain't trying to be stuck, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be paying, you know what I mean, double what I'm supposed to really be paying for something.
You know why? Because it wasn't meant for our culture to really have or own anything.
They don't want us to have.
They don't want us to have anything. You know why? Because it was a time when we did have shit. And then when we did have shit, they took it from us. They found loopholes and all kind of ways for it to take from, like, not just our culture, just minorities in general. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because we're not smart enough or intelligent to know, you know what it is? It's the microwave society we live in. So a person would think like, yo, I can't live in a house unless that shit 400, 500 racks. Why you gotta live in a house that's 400, 500 racks? When or your whole block is surrounded by shit that's worth 40 or 50,000. You can buy 10 of the fucking houses that's around you. I mean, right now in the pandemic you can't. But I'm just saying, 2 years ago, yeah, you could have bought like 10 houses for like $500,000. You know what I'm saying? In a bad neighborhood that's boarded up or whatever, you could have turned it into something. But right now, they not making it easy, yo. Like, even with the stimulus shit, like, we sitting here telling y'all, like, y'all think like in the songs and the raps, niggas always talking about, we not talking about going to no clubs and always splurging. Yeah, we sprinkle that shit in there because we get out here and we do it. We be out here. We be outside.
That's niggas' real life. Like,
our real life is not just based on that.
But over time, the shit changed. Like, everybody evolved.
Yeah.
Everybody changed. Like, the older you get, you still be your same. You know what I mean? You still be having the same base.
Yeah, your mode
the
changed.
Shit around you changed.
Man.
Your way of thinking changed. So instead of going in this club and spending $500-$600, you will take that money and pay your credit card bills so you can boost your shit up, and then you can take your family on a vacation. That you thinking differently. Like, these some niggas still in the box.
Yeah,
I don't knock them because I was that nigga. Me, where I'm at right now, I want to travel. I want to buy whatever the fuck I want to buy. If I want to go to the dealership and get a new whip, I want to go do it. If I want to go get a Can-Am or a three-wheel motorcycle, I want to go do it.
See, I want my, like, and that's the thing. I feel like I'm at a point now where I can pretty much do certain things that I want, but that's the thing. When now I want toys, and it might be a thing because it's a generational thing, you know.
Right.
Like, if you, and I'm not being racist or I'm not being subjective to certain people. I'm not trying to be judgmental either. But if you know, like, older white guys, you gotta actually kind of think about it as like, yo, they be like 50 before they get a toy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They be like 50 or 60 when they get their toy, and it's
that's why they was like, oh, nigga going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Nah, he just got to the stage in his life where he got everything else taken care of,
and it don't matter.
Now he's fucking around with his money and getting some shit that he want. You feel what I'm saying?
We all deserve to meet to that point. You know what I mean? That's why I said, like, the music changed. The music changed as we get older.
You know when I realized I was different? When instead of me just going buy some Jordans, I go buy a new bedspread, buy a carpet, buy a painting, get some scented candles, and I ain't never been on no shit like that. That's female shit. I'm not saying I'm soft, but I just want nice shit around me. But you feel what I'm saying?
But you know, when you are,
I don't want the Blanco. I want the top of the line. I want a nail. I don't even want the Reposado. I'm drinking Reposado today.
Right.
But it ain't no Blanco. You feel what I'm saying? I drink Blanco. We taking shots or we mixing it with something.
Right.
But if it's my money,
right, I
want nice shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I think you know what I'm saying.
You work hard, yo. You don't want to just work hard just to get bullshit and be penny pinching. No, you want to work hard so you can enjoy that shit.
So your name, VIP, like, right? I heard you explain to it on like a podcast, like how you got it. I don't
Right.
know what podcast it was on, but I remember
This was a
you
while
saying,
ago.
yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Norman in them podcasts. It
Yeah.
might have been. It's one of them. You know what I'm
Fame for
saying?
Ransom.
Or Fame for Ransom, or it could have been hip hop's biggest fan.
Yeah.
It could have been one. So I remember you saying like VIP, like you was ready to party and ready to do that. And
Yeah.
just think about this: 10 years ago,
We was doing that shit. We
Yeah.
was in the club, standing on couches, spending niggas' mortgage and rent money and car payment money with the D-boys, buying more bottles than them. And that's what we did. But niggas was working. We wasn't trapping. We spent $3,000 in the club, $2,500 in the club,
the whole family,
$700 every week.
Yeah, that family.
Like,
yeah, the family.
We come together, we
come
do
together
that
and put
shit.
it together.
That's where I got the name. I was already gutter. I've been gutter. VIP came along like me getting older, me maturing.
Mature and shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was like, and I still was young because I wasn't thinking like in the future, but I was just thinking for the time. Right now, I'm living in the right now. That's how I was thinking back then.
So I feel like what you did with your name change, I got to a point where I wanted to do a name change, and I had a homeboy, and he was like, I said I wanted to change my name to like James, like just go by
Right.
not just James by itself, but just use my first name and last name.
Right.
Because I remember shit when Keith Murray came out, he used his fucking real name.
Yeah.
That was hard. He had a slick ass rap name.
Right.
Like I feel like my name would be more for like an R&B singer, but I still don't think it's bad for a rap name neither.
No, not because the type of music you make, it would fit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
It would fit, and I felt
Like
like
you ain't on that. You ain't on no trap rap.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
the type of music you make, it fits your name.
And I think like it discouraged me because it made me feel like I could never grow up having a rap name that I got.
Murph was the one that told me I should change my name.
Change it name to what it is
'cause
now.
I was what? I was 25, 26. My name was J Child.
Yeah, I could
He
see.
was like, yeah, yo, you should probably change your name.
Like how Lil Wayne, like it should
Yeah.
just be Wayne now.
He was like, I was like, nah, fuck that nigga. I ain't changing my name. Because
Right.
I had that name since I started rapping. I'm
Yeah, you
15.
Yeah, you felt it was.
You feel what I'm saying?
It was a part of you. You know, it's a part of the history. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a part of the history.
But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It always been gutted. Even if it was J Child, it was always been gutted. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me reinvent myself. Same way Titty Boy turned to 2 Chainz. You know what I mean?
So that was
Same
like
way Young Jeezy turned to Jeezy.
Jeezy.
Like I was like, let me just drop the J Child because the J come from Jamal, which is my government name, and Child just was something I came up with on the fly. So I just dropped that and just kept the gutter,
And that's it.
added the VIP because that was my lifestyle. So that's how you get VIP gutter.
So 10 years into VIP Gutter, do you feel like there's things that you need to do to fulfill like your rap career? I know me and you always talk about it. Like we struggle with this. Like I feel like we reached this Jay-Z Black Album moment like every couple months.
Yeah,
bro.
and I battle with that shit because
like I'm done with this shit.
I battle with that shit because if it's no good music out or no music that relates to me,
You can't fuck with it.
I feel like I don't need to rap no more. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like maybe my window closed because my window been closing, but I know how to stay relevant. You feel what I'm saying? It's different for a nigga who's stuck in the 90s.
Yeah, we never been stuck in the 90s.
We never been stuck in the 90s. We use all of those cadences and them different flows that everybody use.
And then on top of that, we invent cadences and flows
Facts.
that niggas ain't never
Because
done
we
before.
really know how to rap.
Yeah, it's a difference.
So that's the difference. So I battle with the shit from time to time. I feel like I'm done. I was gonna say 10 Times Over was my last album, but I never said it because I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I gotta see how I feel.
It's a feeling with the way that you know, music is a feeling. Music is a feeling. Just art in general is a feeling. Like for all those folks that's out here, man, you trying to get your designs up. If you a graphic design artist, if you a artist who paint paintings,
Facts.
if you do murals, if you design clothes, like shit, if you got anything, man, if you anything that you do, I'm not even going to make this subjective or just place it where people who are creative, because there's some right-handed people in the world that's strategic and they about their business, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Me and Gutter, we left-handed, so we ain't going to never,
We special.
lucky lefties, we not going to ever do what everybody else doing anyway.